Oh, look at that, perfectly cooked. Hi everyone, I'm Meredith Abbott, Culinary Director for Sur La Table, and welcome to On the Table. Today I'm making air-fried ginger-soy salmon with bok choy and shiitake mushrooms. The air fryer helps achieve perfectly cooked fish, tender vegetables, all while saving time. All right, let's get started by preparing the marinade. I've got most of my mise en place ready, which means I have my ingredients prepped. The last thing I need to do is to prep my ginger, and I'm going to do that by peeling it. And I like to do that with a spoon. So just take the edge of the spoon and rub it along that skin to remove it. I find this is faster and safer than using a knife or even a peeler. You only remove the skin, saving a lot more of that ginger. So, voila. Now you could mince this with a knife. You could use a microplane or a box grater. I have this beautiful tool that's also countertop worthy. It's called a grate plate. And I like to use it for mincing ginger. You can also use it for mincing garlic if you would like. It has a these raised ridges on the bottom, so just hold it steady and rub your ginger along the bottom, and it does a wonderful job of mincing. It also comes with a brush that helps to get any of that product out. All right, now it's time to mix the rest of my ingredients. My minced garlic, red pepper flakes for some heat, honey to balance all of the heat and the salt, soy sauce for the soy part of the recipe, and some nice salinity. I'm gonna give this a little pre-mix to start dissolving the honey. Then I have rice wine vinegar and vegetable oil. And now 1 teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of pepper, and there we have it. So this marinade is very flavorful, and this is going over both our salmon and the vegetables. So whisk until the honey is completely dissolved and everything looks really well combined. Great. Now, grab my salmon fillets. This recipe is great. You can half it if you're cooking for 2 people. You can double it if you're cooking for more. And I'm going to spoon half of the marinade over top of the salmon. So you just eyeball it. I like to use a rimmed baking sheet for this process because it'll catch any of the marinade that comes off the salmon. There we go. Now that I've got my salmon marinating, it's time to finish prepping the vegetables. I have 1 bell pepper, thinly sliced. I've got most of my mushrooms quartered. I'm going to finish prepping this last shiitake. When dealing with mushrooms, they are always quite dirty. I like to use a mushroom brush to knock off any of that last remaining dirt. I don't want to add any additional moisture to the mushrooms. They're like little sponges. And then for this particular recipe, I don't want the kind of woody stem of the shiitake, so I'm just going to pull it off. I'm gonna save this in my stock bin for a future use and just quarter that cap and put it in with the rest of my mushrooms. And now for the bok choy. I have this beautiful baby tender bok choy, and bok choy is grown in really kind of sandy soil. So when you clean it, you want to make sure that you wash it really well and really look inside all of those layers. It tends to hide a lot of dirt. Nip off that very root end, and we're going to slice it into kind of 1/2 inch to 1 inch pieces. Now, if you can't find bok choy, you could always substitute with green cabbage, red cabbage, whatever you can find, but see if you can source bok choy. Most well-stocked grocery stores these days will have it. So now I'm going to mix all of my vegetables together in 1 large bowl. The bell pepper, it's really nice and colorful. I'm going to add the remaining marinade over top. Toss this together. All right, now everything is ready to go into the air fryer. The air fryer I'm using today is an 11 quart, so large capacity, and it has dual baskets. So this one can cook your food at 2 different temperatures and at 2 different times. It's really slick. If you don't have one of these, you can find instructions on our website on how to cook this recipe either in your oven or in a single temperature. So to one side, I'm going to add all of the vegetables. It's gonna be pretty full, and that's okay. We're gonna stir this halfway through so everything cooks evenly. Grab my salmon fillets. And these you want to give a little bit of space in between so that the air of the air fryer can circulate all the way around the salmon, which is how it cooks so evenly. So there we go. Now this is ready to go in and for me to set the controls. I set the basket side with the vegetables to 400 degrees for 14 minutes and the side with the salmon at 390 degrees, also air fry for 14 minutes. The air fryer has alerted that it's time to stir. Oh, look at that. Everything is so fragrant. I'm going to toss my vegetables so that everything continues to cook evenly. Lovely. I'm not going to touch the salmon. And there we go, back in to finish cooking. All right, timer has alerted me. Oh, look at that, perfectly cooked. All right, everything is done. I personally like to serve this with a bowl of white rice. So now all that is left to do is plate. I serve it family style. Lay my vegetables down first. You can find the combination of vegetables that works well for your family, but try to find some that have a variety of flavors and textures. There you go, nice bed of vegetables. And now I'm just gonna pick up my salmon, lay these across top. Look at that. Beautifully cooked. A little bit of a crispy edge to them. There you go. And a little bit of garnish, and for some fresh flavor, some thinly sliced green onions over top. And as always, I'm going to serve myself a little taste. Take a piece of salmon, some vegetables for myself. Look at that salmon, perfectly cooked. The combination of flavors and textures combined with the convenience of air frying makes this perfect for any night of the week. Enjoy.